Question for you. Is your messaging aligned with your highest value? Is your messaging aligned with your purpose in life? What you feel like you're here to do or to express? Or is your messaging more aligned with what you think people want to hear so that they will buy something from you and support your services? So I'm asking these questions because I had a little come to Jesus moment this week actually, with my own answer to those questions. And that's what I'm going to share in this video today. And hopefully it'll help those of you who might be like wondering, am I on the right path? Or if you're feeling like your marketing is not sounding like you, if you're feeling like, oh, something is off with my marketing or even my business in general. So if you don't know me, hi, my name's June Morrow, and I help people express their authentic selves in their marketing and their communications, their messaging, their relationship building strategies. And I work primarily with coaches and healers and light workers, people who want to change this world. And how I just introduced myself as someone who helps people express their authentic self in their marketing, that's a new thing to me, and that feels really aligned with me. If you've been watching me for a while, you may or may not notice, but it seems like every week I introduce myself with something different. And that's because I'm continually evolving and continually unraveling and becoming closer to, who I am and what I'm here to do. And that's kind of what your business does for you. So what's going on? So this is the Business Confessional, where I share what is going on with me in my business every week, challenges I've been having, and how I'm overcoming them. So last week I hit a wall. I hit the self-doubt wall. I'm sure we've all been there. And if you haven't been there, you're going to be there at some point. That's the wall that is like, what the F am I doing? This doesn't feel like me. I should just change lanes. I should just do something else, right? And that's exactly when shiny object syndrome comes into being. If you're a multi-potentialite person, if you're someone who likes to do a lot of different things and has interests in a lot of things, that might be the moment where you change lanes, where you decide, oh no, I don't want to do this business. Actually, what I want to do is this business. And for myself, if you've known me for a while, this is what I've been doing for the past 5 years, and it's really what slowed me down. I talk about consistency in another video that I did recently, how to be more consistent, and consistency has been my Achilles heel. It's the one reason that I have not become more successful at this point with my business. And that's because every time I get almost successful, the self-doubt hits, the wondering if I'm in the right thing, right, doing the right thing hits, and the exhaustion hits, the overwhelm hits, the burnout hits. And usually around that same time, maybe some business coach will come in and give me some advice that isn't really alignment with my true self. And I change lanes. I do something else. So in the past 5 years, I have been a dating coach. I was a dating coach for about 3 years. Then I had a moment where I realized what I'm here on this earth to do is to help people connect with source, to connect with something more, right? What I call God, and also to connect with themselves and to connect with each other. And nothing lights me up more than helping people connect with their authentic self and bring that into material form, right? So pursue their callings, pursue their passion, so that they can become the person that they're meant to be, so that they can drop all the fear and get closer to their higher self, right? The authentic self, which is the big S self. That knows what's right for you, that knows the right path. So I had this moment where I had a come to Jesus moment. It wasn't Jesus per se, but where I became a callings coach. I became a spiritual coach. I stopped dating coaching. Didn't feel right for me. And I started helping people with their callings, connect with and pursue their callings. And most of the people who came to me in those early days of that business were coaches. And they were like, my calling is to be a coach. How do I do it? And since I'd been studying this and I'd been a dating coach and I knew kind of how to do it, how to put together, I became a business coach. And this was something that a business coach of mine suggested. And what preceded this was I gave a challenge. I did like a week-long challenge. I put a lot of work into it, and it was supposed to launch a program. I spent a lot of money on Facebook ads. It didn't go. well, and I had like nobody signed up for the program, and I felt like a complete failure, right? And so that's what prompted me to switch lanes. Whereas if I just kept going, who knows what I'd be doing now? But I did change lanes, and I am where I am, and I don't regret it. So I became a business coach, and I had a program where I helped new coaches launch their business. And then I realized, like, this does not feel authentically like me. Like, something's off with this. So I looked at what I was good at and what people paid me for, right? What are you good at? What do people pay you for? Find that sweet spot in between, and ideally something that overlaps with, things that you enjoy doing. And what I'm good at is content marketing. I'm really good at creating connection by creating things, creating emails, social media posts, freebies, trainings, videos, all sorts of things like that. That's really my zone of genius. And I'm also really good at helping people figure out, how to navigate through all of this. Also copywriting, things like websites, web pages, also teaching people things like how to connect with other people, like how to network. So all that kind of like marketing piece I'm good at. So I did, for about a year, I did one-on-one consultations, VIP days with people, and I worked with about 20 different people, and I helped them one-on-one with their content marketing, and figure out their marketing strategy and figure out what the heck they were doing, right? Even help them like sort through like what is their program, how do they put that together, and how do people really get value working with them, and how to understand your audience, and how to do market research, and all these things that I've been doing in my previous life and that I'd already been doing for these various businesses that I'd created and like kind of pivoted. And every time I pivoted, I had to do all that stuff again. So I got really good at it. And so I've been kind of like putting myself out there as a marketing mentor for coaches and spiritual types and healers and people who want to change the world. And, but last week, and actually in the past month or so, it's been feeling not authentic. And it's been feeling like not right to me. And I was like, when this hits, I freaked out because I'm like, oh my God, no way am I changing lanes again. Like, because part of me was like, oh, now I have to change lanes again because I want to help people express their authentic self. And that's not marketing. But you know what it is? So I had a little freak out. I thought, this isn't, how do I, I'm not teaching people business per se, but I actually am, because your business starts with you. It starts with what's authentic about you. And if your purpose and your passion and your values are not in your business, it's not going to align. And for me, I realized this week that my messaging, which I've been leading with find clients, that's not really the problem that I help people with. That's what happens when I help them with the problem they actually have, which is expressing who they are in their business, expressing who they are in their communications, in their marketing, not following cookie cutter solutions, but learning a framework, learning kind of like the foundations that they can work within, right? To express themselves and to do it in a way that feels natural and aligned and good with them. So I'm not saying you need to be on this social media platform. I'm not saying that you need to, do this specific type of email, or you have to do, you have to be doing stories, or you have to be doing videos. Because if that's not where your energy and your authentic self lights up and wants to go, that stuff's just going to drain you. So I've been creating the Authentic Messaging Academy, right? And I realized this week, as all this kind of dawned on me, I haven't put the authentic in that. I've been teaching, like, in the content, it's a lot of stuff about different ways to create content, different ways to connect with people, different ways to understand your audience. All the stuff I've been doing one-on-one with people over the past year, plus more. But what was really missing was that authentic piece, right? Like, who are you? What do you want? What are your values? What are your authentic desires? So not like what you think you should want, or not what you think you should be doing, but what do you authentically want to do to connect with other people as you create your business, right? And not to do it in a way that feels not like you, not to do it in a way that feels like pushy or salesy or manipulative or fear-based. None of that. Because that's not who you are. who you are as a child of God. And your authentic self has all those qualities, right? Clarity, creativity, connection, curiosity, calm, congruency. They often start with C's. Courage. All of these things are accessible to you through your authentic self. So in the Authentic Messaging Academy this week, I added an entire unit on getting to know your authentic self. And I'm going to be going back through all the material I've created and making sure that it's really spacious and really leaves room for everybody to express their unique essence, right? I don't want to tell anyone that you have to do this or you have to do that. I want to give you options and I want to give you frameworks to play within. And I want you to find what works naturally for you. Because this is what I've learned, and even what I know, is that when you aren't in your authentic self, when you are operating from fear, right? And that's fear that says, I need to do this because this is what people will pay me for. And if I don't do this, I'm not going to make any money and I'm going to go broke. Or I need to do this, or this feels safe. Because if I do the other thing that's really exciting to me, people are going to reject me and I'm going to feel horrible, right? And it's going to reaffirm that part of me that's wounded inside from childhood that I am worthless, right? So I can't do that because that's going to result in rejection and bad feelings, when really pushing through that stuff, working through it, giving yourself compassion, learning how to love that part of you and talk to it. I mean, that's where the healing comes. And that's why I think business is such a friggin' fantastic container, because we're constantly coming up against this stuff, or at least I am. And I love sharing this stuff with others. So that's where I'm at this week. I had like this whole, I had to take myself for a walk. I was like, oh my God, I need to change course again. I can't change course again. I've changed course already so many times and I'm halfway through creating the Authentic Messaging Academy. So here's another tip for you. When you're in that self-doubt, when you're flipping out, when you're thinking, man, I gotta just stop, I gotta run, I gotta do something else, this isn't working, right? Because something is happening that's coming up against maybe imposter syndrome, feeling like, oh, who am I to teach this? I don't know this stuff, right? When really you do. Or a part of yourself wants to express itself more strongly, but you've already created something to express yourself, but it's not quite aligned yet. When you get that burning desire to change lanes, don't. Take a break, slow down, do anything but work on your business or start something new. So what I did was, that afternoon where I was having the real meltdown, I went to the beach and I walked on the beach and I tried not to think about my business, although I was like, I need some answers. And what came to me on my way back from the beach was, you're on the right path. Just keep doing what you're doing. Just adjust, add more stuff about alignment, add more stuff about your authentic, expressing your authentic self. And it's gonna light you up and it's gonna really help the people that you work with. So that's where I'm at now. So I'm changing some of the messaging around the Authentic Messaging Academy so that it really aligns with express yourself, right? Like, you started your business. I really want this to help people who started their business so they could more freely express who they really are, so they could do what they love. But now they're feeling like in their marketing, they're doing anything but, right? I want to help you come back and come home to who you are. And to do that in the way that you connect with other people. Because I know when you connect authentically with people, when you kind of say, this is who I am, and this is what I stand for, this is what is important to me, this is what I'm here to do, then people relate to you, right? People go, oh, okay, that's who that person is. And not only that, your energy flows. There aren't bottlenecks in your energy where you're spending that energy trying to be someone that you're not. And that bottleneck in your energy is what prevents you from receiving, because it's like there and you're kind of like, it's taking all your energy. Whereas if you're aligned and you're coming from your higher purpose, and you're aligned with your authentic self, which is your higher self, right? Which is you, the best you can be, the you that you started your business to be. When you're aligned with those things, then the energy flows through you. That's when synchronicities happen. That's when people start coming to you. That's when things change. That's been my experience anyway. So I am realigning, and after last week where it was so hard, oh my God, it feels good. It feels good to be realigning. It feels good to be back in what I value more than anything in the world, which is authentic self-expression. That's my number one value. And being back on purpose, right? For me, the purpose of doing business is to help people connect with themselves, with God, and with each other. And I really believe that you can do this in your marketing. You can do this in your communications, in your relationship building, because that's really what it is. It's relationship building. So that's where I'm at this week. It is July. What? I don't even know the date today. July 11th, I think. Yeah, it's July 11th. If you can relate to any of this, drop something in the comments. Let me know what your purpose is, if you know your purpose. Let me know if you would like a workshop on how to find your purpose, because I am thinking of doing one of those in the near future. And yeah, if you have any questions about any of this, if you need help connecting with who you are and what you want to do, I would love to talk to you. So feel free to reach out to me, and we can have a connection call. All right, that's it for this week. Thank you for watching. Namaste. You are beautiful. I love you, and you got this.